willing to go above and beyond for service and accountability. Hi, my name is Dan French, and I'm a California native that transitioned to Las Vegas 19 years ago. I've been in the real estate and financing industry for over 13 years. Most real estate agents struggle with answering their phone, returning phone calls, and overall structure running a solid real estate business. Many of my competitors do not have the knowledge of how to write solid offers to legitimately have your offer looked at, and they work with a commission-first mentality. I will roll up my sleeves and work hard to find the right home for you regardless of the time it takes. Please call me directly 702-557-6176 to start the process of finding the right home for you. I'm available 7 days a week for all your real estate needs. Chris, what's going on, buddy? This is Dan French here with the French Workbench podcast. Everybody out there, thank you guys for tuning in. This is our doing a lot of broadcasts from home. Everybody's always asking me, what about the studio? When are you guys going to go back to the studio? And like I said, from previous shows, it's just more convenient to really have a show from home instead of driving down there and trying to get everybody coordinated, just because it's, Vegas is very hard with traffic things. So, we really try to get everybody on board, but doing it from home has actually helped out. I do have my co-host with me. You guys know I'm Dan French. I work with Blueprint Real Estate Services. So if you guys have any questions, LV Home Professionals, check that out. Check out all my YouTube channels. I'm going to bring in Chris. Chris, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
My brother. Good afternoon.
What's going on, man? What have you been up to, man? You've been just running and gunning, man.
Man, hammering out. I'm over there at Honda in Henderson right now. So, man, back to the car grind. I knew what the expectations were, and it's just time to grind, brother. That's what I'm doing.
For me, I think everybody knows about that grind recently, and I've gone back to things that I didn't do before, which is really opening up my book. I call it my playbook for real estate, calling all my past clients, making sure everybody knows that if you're out there trying to list your house, I really want to focus on helping people list their home. That's one of my big things, but also, buyers as well. But I'm really focusing on my database and going back to the, I would say real estate 101, where you go back to the trenches of just trying to dial, and keep in front of the people that you've helped with on real estate and in lending, whatever you've done. So, that's where we're at with real estate. Anything else going on with you, man? How's life beyond work? Anything else?
Everything's great, brother. I got some family coming in town. Actually today.
Oh, really? Where are they coming from?
Texas, San Antonio.
Okay. And are you originally from Texas, Chris?
No, not originally. I'm not originally from anywhere.
Oh, really?
How
did you meet these people in Texas?
So my dad was in the Air Force.
Okay. Military background.
So he was stationed there. Yeah.
Did you guys do a big deal for Memorial Day since your dad was in military? Because, Memorial Day was, I think it's a very special day to a lot of people. What about you?
Yeah, Memorial Day is 100% a special day. It's just in remembrance of people who decided to put something else before themselves, and in that process, lost their lives. So it's an important day. In terms of doing something special, the traditional barbecue, hang out with family, family time, watch a movie, barbecue. Really, the barbecue. That's my favorite part. So,
dude, we went out and saw my kid. Well, we have other kids, but we all went and saw the Little Mermaid movie. It makes reviews. I know it's the cartoon is the tradition of what Disney put out, but I felt it was good. You can't be so harsh, man. It's a kid's movie, but we went and checked that out. There's some critics out there that gave it a real bad review. I don't know. Some really liked it. Have you been to the movies recently?
Yeah, we went to, matter of fact, last night, my brother-in-law wanted to go see, what is that, Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Terrible?
It was horrible.
Here's not to cut you off, but I think it's like this. At some point, when do you think they're going to stop making those movies, man? Because
when they stop making money.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. Are they still making money?
What? Come on, man.
I don't
They
know.
don't make movies. They don't make movies that don't make money.
So why is the average person out there, I wouldn't say average, but the people that are into this, why do they keep spending the money if it keeps getting worse? You know?
That's the problem when you have a really, really strong first
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 1, I believe, will not be surpassed.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like, they go the old saying, it's can you really replicate like a Rocky or Rocky was pretty good, but when you got those movies, man, that really do well, Jurassic Park, it's really hard to make. They keep making sequels because the first one was so good, it entrenched that emotional feeling with people, and so
Yeah,
they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's an extension, or it could be as good as the one we first
yeah,
saw. I don't
yeah,
really see any of them being as good. What about you?
yeah. And that's exactly what happens. And so people see that and they're like, oh, this one's going to be better. It was horrible.
So I want to say this, man. Let's talk about the Lakers. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs here. So the Lakers got swept, and everybody out there is a big Lakers fan here in Las Vegas. Everybody knows that's what we. A lot of people come from California. What did you think about that?
I mean, I think that if the superior team handled their business, right?
Just went in and took
They
care of business, right?
went in there, took care of business, didn't play around, didn't give them any momentum, any life. And when you're the top team in the NBA and you handle your business, that's what happens. A sweep happens.
Do you feel like that the Lakers? Do you feel like the Lakers actually, even gave a good fight in all of this?
No,
Because I don't think they
no,
did.
no, no. People say, oh, well, they weren't even supposed to be where they were. Man, you're there. It doesn't matter how you got there or if people thought you were supposed to be there. You're there now. And you're there now and you perform to the best of your ability with what you are in your present moment. And I don't believe in being grateful for that you just made it that far. It's I don't. Now, was it a complete debacle, complete failure? I won't go that far. But that team is not championship caliber
No,
at all.
they're
No.
all hype, dude. And then so you look at the Celtics. The Celtics took this series to 7 games. They finally lost. I was one of those people, man, that thought they would actually pull it out and be the first team to do that, and they didn't do it. What are your thoughts on the Celtics coming back and making it a game 7?
It doesn't matter. They lost.
They
You know.
lost.
Yeah. I truly don't believe in like we have something to build on. We almost did it. You didn't, right? Now, is doing what they did better than getting swept? Uh, yeah, of course, right? It's better, but you still ended up with a loss.
Yeah.
Like one law, like if we're gonna measure like what the end goal is, the end goal is to win the game. And so losing better and losing worse to me doesn't matter because you lost,
You lost.
right?
Yeah.
Had it been me, I'd rather just get swept and move on with my summer.
Yeah. So let's go
Right.
fast forward to this. What do you think is going to happen in the finals? So you got the Nuggets
Denver 4-2.
versus the Miami Heat,
Denver
which is
4-2.
an 8 seed.
Denver 4-2.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you going to put money
They
on
win.
any of the games? Because I was talking to somebody the other day. It makes it just so much more interesting when you put money on the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet on the over the first game. I think it's 219 and a half or something like that. I think it's gonna go over. High scoring game.
So let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about what's going on with the Knights, bro. The Knights here, they made it to the finals. Now, you're not a hockey fan, right?
No, I'm not a hockey fan, but it's good for the city of Las Vegas. I do represent the city. It's a wonderful thing. I hope they win the Stanley Cup. Not only that, what that does is it brings in basketball. It brings in the baseball team. You know what I mean? It brings in also that we're more than about shows and in the casino, right? We can have success with a sports franchise here. So
Do you
I'm
think do you
definitely
think that obviously we're buzzing right now? They said the merch, right, for Vegas Golden Knights is really going crazy right now. People are spending a premium to get merchandise. Again, it's weird because Vegas Golden Knights, they were not, they weren't doing. They've always been popular here, but it seems like as they keep getting further and further in the playoffs, it seemed like everybody starts to come out, and be like, "Oh, we got to support, but you don't hear about that. That's why I said when I brought up other videos, you don't hear about the support that you hear now because now they're in the finals. It's how people are. People are going to only tune in probably when they're deep in the playoffs or they actually make the finals, and then all of a sudden everybody's a fan. What do you think? Is that true?
Yeah, it's human nature, right?
It is, huh?
If the Warriors start losing and getting their ass kicked day in and day out, that stadium will start to be empty.
Yeah. You're talking about in basketball, right?
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors. I mean, I think they have like the most sold out games.
Yeah.
If they don't win games, they won't have sold out games. And so it doesn't matter. People don't you can only be so loyal to a default, right?
Yeah.
You can be loyal to your wife, your boyfriend, but if they keep cheating on you, like how much are you going to be loyal? So I don't agree that a true fan goes even when his team or her team is not doing well, right? Because the reason why I say that is because you're spending the money to go see them. And so now, will I watch my team on TV and they might not have the best record? Yeah. But to spend my money to go see my team play and the chances are I think they're going to lose, I wouldn't do that. So that takes a very rare individual. But most people, yes, are going to come out of the woodwork if the team is doing well. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. So I don't get into hockey, but I'll probably end up watching hockey. But I'm not going to sit here and pose like I'm all into hockey because I'm not. I'll be honest, I don't even really know the rules. The only reason,
I don't either.
I'm one of those people because it's almost like it's a cultural thing in Vegas where you gotta show support just because this is where you represent. So I'll be straight up though. If they lose, is my day going to change or my week? No. Some people.
No, mine either. But I do want them to win 100%. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree 100%. I want them to win. But if they lose, I'm like, if they lose, I'm like, damn, man. All right. Well, that's it.
You ever been down to T-Mobile Stadium? You ever been down there?
I have.
How do you like it? I feel like I went down there. I've been to a couple of concerts in T-Mobile. And when you go in there, it seemed like the seating is a little bit it's kind of steep, right? And it's kind of congested. For me, I feel like it's a small stadium. I mean, what do you feel about that?
What is that, 18,000 people?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, that's small. Yeah, I mean, for sports,
it seems
for sport. I mean, just
to
think Allegiant Stadium, 60,000.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
So,
it just seems congested. Doesn't mean you can't hold a venue there and hold it very successfully, which they've done. That's where they typically play. So
I saw Joe Coy there.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was sold out. Yeah.
Joe Coy?
Yeah,
how was that show?
Oh, it was great.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dude,
he's good.
We saw Bill Burr over at MGM Park. Dude, funniest stuff. That's the luxuries, right, in Vegas. It's like the top comedians are going to come out here, try to make that cash and roll out. I thought it was a great experience. He was saying some stuff too. Like I'm not a huge fan, but I'm a pretty big fan of Bill Burr. But he was saying stuff that you can't really, like, they made you hold your when you walked in, you had to like put your cameras away and your phone, even your watch. They had to put it away. Like, they don't want you to take any pictures of anything because it's material, I think, that he's never used before. So did they do the same thing with you?
I don't remember.
Dude, they were pretty harsh, man. They were like,
I don't remember.
I had 2 phones and a watch, and my girl had a watch and a phone, and I mean, we couldn't even access our phones for 2 hours, And I understand he doesn't want things to be taken out because some of the material. But dude, a lot of things what he talks about is kind of, he gets to his marks of what he's gonna say, but then it's kind of like free flow. It sounds like he just kind of goes off of the cusp, off the whatever's in front of him. He doesn't really like. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if Joe Coy does that, but it wasn't
he does.
Scripted,
Yeah, he does. Joe Coy does that.
Yeah, and you could tell that's a funny dude, man, or anybody, whoever it is, funny woman or whatever. But you could tell that's funny when they're not scripting it, and then they're just, people in the crowd are just interacting. Some of the shit though, man, I was just like, where is he going with this? So, anyways, let's talk about Tom Brady, man. Let's talk about Tom Brady. We're gonna also talk about Tina Turner. Very sad news about Tina Turner. I don't know if you've ever, you know, listened to her music. I think a lot of people have. I think it was pretty shocking to everybody. But let's talk about Tom Brady first. He may have some investments, right? He may have invested into the Raiders as part owner. What do you think about that?
I think it's wonderful.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, you bring a. Hopefully, he can duplicate his championship mindset, bring it onto the organization, and see if he can duplicate what he did on the field, off the field. Right? He can bring his, of course, expertise. Right? He's definitely an expert, and he's mastered. That. Football. And I don't know, goddamn, I don't even know why I couldn't even think of that. Anyhow, but he's mastered that, that winning pedigree. There we go, that winning pedigree. And he has a winning pedigree. And just, obviously, he's a leader. He was a quarterback for many, many years. And he knows how to deliver a message, and he knows how to deliver a vision. And so he's going to come to the Raiders organization, if they'll allow him to, and be able to replicate what he was able to do with the Patriots for many years, and then what he did with the Bucks. So I think it's a great thing.
Do you like his personality though, man? Because I feel like sometimes his personality is it's very dry, but he's like I don't know, man. He doesn't seem like a very likable person, dude. Maybe he is to people around him, but I don't know, man. Do you think he's I don't know. Maybe I'm overreading this.
I don't really read into people's personalities, I know him as a football player, right? I know him as, that's what I know him. I don't know him at all, but I only recognize.
Think about some of the stuff that's come out. I mean, recently he's talked about suing people because of putting I get it. Like, you don't want to have information out. And then he's been linked to dating one of the Kardashians. Now he's linked to, it's almost like he's now trying to become that celebrity status after he's left. And now that he's left his wife, or they, divorced. So I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I think it's just a different look. Like, what I know from Tom Brady and what I think about when I think of Tom Brady is very structured. Everything's got to be written out. Like, he's got to have a plan on everything he does. And now it just seems like he's kind of going away from that a little bit, where he's not so structured, and he's now in the headlines for different things. And yeah, maybe I don't know. He was talking about becoming a host, right? For NFL analyst. Now he's not enough money or whatever. I don't know. It just seems, maybe he's very strategic of what he does, but for me, I don't see that same personality. Maybe because he was just so entrenched into that football, I got to win, that now that he's not doing football and now that he's divorced, it's like his life is like a 180, where it just seems like he's just kind of all over the place, and you see his name coming out with different things. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, he's experiencing life after football. Football is all he's ever known, and it's an adjustment. So,
do you like Tom Brady as a as a football player and as a person, from what you know of him?
I don't have any. It's hard to dislike people I don't know. So,
yeah.
I mean, from any interview, go ahead.
What were you saying?
From any interview that I've ever seen, or about football or not about football, I didn't walk away from the interview like, you know what, I don't really like that guy. So I would have to say, I don't dislike him, but I don't know him if I know too. And I don't know him at all to know if I like him, but I don't dislike him. If that answers your question.
Well, I mean, some people have for me, I don't dislike him or like him, but I think of him as being one of those people that I wouldn't say he's a square, but I would say he's very structured, right? Overly structured, probably, in a lot of ways, which it's a good attribute to have. I just think I don't know him. Nobody knows him personally, but what we do know of him is he's very driven, it sounds like. And I don't know. I think a lot of what he does too, maybe not so much of being just the NFL analyst, but he seems like a guy, dude, that's very, which I think most people are at that caliber. He's money driven. You know, I think a lot of people want to, it just seems like that. I don't know if that's true or not. It just seems like that because he's still trying to make, obviously, deals. He's made a lot of money, man. For you to
Yeah.
become an NFL analyst, and I understand he may not do it. I get it. But if you're still seeking to make more money, which is still, I guess, it's a drive that people have. I don't know how much is too much. I guess it's never too much money. But I mean, they made so much money. He has over his life of working in the NFL and being a quarterback. I guess, is money really something that drives you at this point? You know, maybe it does for him, but I don't know. Like, if you made as much money as he has, would you continue down that course of still trying to increase your money supply? Right? Would you do that?
Yes, 100%.
What's the reasoning behind that for you?
Because in order to make, I feel like if he's not generating any more money, right, and he's only still maintaining the same lifestyle, that money is going to start to, I don't want to use the word dry up, but, you know, it's going to, you know, I guess, for me, let me gear it back to the question, because you said, would it be enough money for me, and would I still want to make money? Yes, I would. And then you said, why? Simply because money in this current universe is what we need to do the things that we want to do in life and the things that we want to secure our family with. I'd rather have more money than I can spend than having a conversation like, you know what, man, I had an opportunity to make some money and I didn't do it because I thought I had enough. I don't want to say that statement. I'd rather have more than I need than not. So
I guess that makes sense.
yeah. I don't think like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. I don't think they have too much money.
Well,
I
I think
don't.
it comes to a point. I mean, you're not going to. I mean, here's my thing: is it a point of power at that point? You know, it is. And is it a point of the game? You're playing a game to try to make more money. Let's just be honest. If you really wanted to live a very luxurious lifestyle with the money that most of these athletes and these people have made, you can do that hands down. There's no point. It's just now it comes to, well, we've done everything. There's nothing that really desires me. What made me me is having this type of culture or this personality where I'm just very myopic on what I want to do. I think that's what really drives these people. And it's always the game of making more money. Let's transition. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what Tom Brady does over the course of the next few months, the next year. But obviously he's out and about, and we have a lot of news that has his name attached to it. Let's talk with Tina Turner. Tina Turner passed away. She was 83 years old. Very unfortunate. You know, from what I know, she lived a very, I wouldn't say a hard life, but I would say somewhat hard life. I mean, you know, you can say there was good and bad. From what we do know, did you ever listen to Tina Turner?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I listened to her like I have any of her albums, but she's got very iconic songs, right? That we've all heard before. Whether you were at the mall or in Macy's and they play her music, or maybe at a bar, or even in movies. And yeah, she, iconic singer. She lived a long life and was able to experience life after music probably pretty comfortably, right? Talking about money from her iconic voice. And so, yeah. Prayers to her and her family for strength and healing. And losing somebody is not, something that's part of our function, right? Through what we're going through here in this universe. And so, yeah, it's not good news to hear. But yep, shout out, prayers up to her, to Tina Turner and her family.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to that. Tina Turner was you think she's an icon, or do you think she
Oh
did
yeah,
good? Yeah, you
no,
think so?
yeah.
Where's that plateau? Like, when does it? And maybe it's a very layered question, but like, we know Elvis is an icon, and some of these other big entertainers are icons. When do you get icon status? Let's just put it that way.
Icon status is when your music will live on 100+ years when you're gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this,
So,
man. We're going to keep moving here. We got a trivia here. So what's the deadliest animal to humans? What do you think it is, Chris? A mountain lion, mosquito?
mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes?
Yes, sir.
You think it's mosquitoes? Oh, why do you think it's mosquitoes?
Because man, they fuck people up, man. They carry diseases and carry all different types of, you know, the different infections and stuff. Yeah, you can get your ass kicked by a mosquito.
Mosquitoes are terrible, huh? I'm gonna say, dude.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
they're
say
horrible.
mountain lion. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens. Have you ever dealt with? So have you ever been back to like where there's a lot of humid? I've been to places where it's a lot of humid and you have like mosquitoes that are around a lot. Like we have relatives. Oh, it is mosquitoes. You got that right. Mosquitoes are, they carry a lot, which people don't understand because I think it kills more humans than anything because they carry, once they get their blood, they pass that. I think your camera's frozen over there. You there, Chris? Chris, you there? I think we lost Chris. So anyways, I was just reading this up. We'll try to get Chris back in here in a second. You there, Chris? So anyways, we know that mosquitoes are a big deal. As far as, especially like in Africa and places like that, they carry a lot of disease. And what I didn't know this was that it does have a lot of issues with getting people sick and actually having people pass away or die from getting sick from mosquito bites and passing those diseases. So let's go to the next question here. The next question is, what's the largest organ in a human body? And this is gonna shock you. I was told the intestine, the heart, the skin. You guys let me know, what do you guys think? You can always make questions or comments on this, but it's going to be shocking, I think, for what your body has and what the largest organ is. See if Chris is coming back. We got Chris back in here, so let's see here. It is shocking. Chris, you there? All right.
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Man. So we got the second question. You did get it right. Mosquitoes. So mosquitoes are like the deadliest.
The skin. This one's skin.
Yeah, this one's skin. Yeah, and people. I thought it was intestine, but we put this in. Why do you think that skin? Because it sounds like you're right. Were you reading this at some point, or just like, why do you think it would be skin? And you did get it right. So that's actually kudos to you.
Just knowing that, I guess going through life. I've heard that one before.
Have
Skin.
you? I'll tell you, man, it's crazy because your body, you don't know probably the amount of like organ or how much organ the skin has, right? And so I think that was very, it's just something that I wanted to put out there. The intestine's pretty big though too, right?
Oh yeah, they say it's over 6 feet.
I mean, the heart, I think that's kind of a given. It's not the heart. The heart's only like what?
Yeah, it could fit in your hand.
Yeah, it's like it'd fit in your hand, But the intestine, I mean, it's a pretty big thing. So, anyways, let's go back. So we were talking about mosquitoes, and I want to bring that up too because we were talking about it. So mosquitoes was the answer. They have more people die from mosquitoes passing, blood and disease through blood or just bites and shit. So, were you astonished by that, or you pretty much knew that too?
I knew that one. Yeah.
So I don't know this one. What is the housing market? What is the U.S. housing market? What is it worth? Right. What do you think the housing market is worth to our economy? Do you think
I would say C.
What is it?
C.
C?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say B.
Okay.
Okay. You think it's 109 trillion?
Yes, sir.
Our housing market is part of our gross domestic product. It's 1/3 of what we gauge, but that just seems 100 trillion.
Yeah.
How many zeros is that?
What is that? 16 zeros or something like that, maybe?
I don't know, man. That's a lot of zeros. But, anyways, while we're waiting for this answer, I just want to go back. So mosquitoes. Oh, we both got it wrong.
Ah,
33
yeah.
trillion. Who would have thought? And I feel that was a lot. But anyways, going back, I want to end this real quick. We're gonna jump to we got a commercial we're gonna jump to here in a second. But mosquitoes, did you think that they would pass that much disease? Did you think it was
Oh
like
yeah, just think
really?
there's good. They're little fuckers going around just pricking people, jumping on the next person. Yeah, man.
It's
And then they're
crazy
so
because
little. They're
I
so
didn't think they
little
were
they
that
can bite
deadly,
you.
man.
You don't even know it. They're annoying.
Yeah. I didn't think they were that deadly. Yeah, this is our trivia. So we're going to keep putting out trivia here, guys. So if you guys have any questions about trivia or anything else, let us know because, we're here to try to help you guys out. And, I think if you guys have any questions or any comments on this, then please leave your feedback. Like, leave your feedback on how we can make the show better for you. Here's our commercial here.
I noticed you have a volleyball in the last shot. What was that about?
Did you like that volleyball?
What was that? You were gonna put a volleyball net back there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. You a
Yep.
volleyball player?
Yep.
You were.
No, I wasn't a volleyball player.
Oh.
Hold on one second. All right, so we're back. So we're going to come back here. So I just wanted to talk a little bit. So let's talk about the housing market. Yeah, to answer your question, no, I didn't play volleyball, man. That was like somebody set that up for me. And we had a little problem with the sound. So I'm going to probably have to put some sound in on the next one. That was my fault.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, but anyways, let's talk about the housing market and how spring has rebound. Or do you think spring's going to help us rebound with the housing market and some of the stuff we've seen out there? Because we know for a fact that people are still buying homes. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Are they buying at the same pace? No, they're not, of course. But they're still buying homes. And so what do you think about spring? Is that typically a time when you start to see an influx of people buying, Chris?
Yeah, statistically and generationally, yes, that has been, that's the uptick that you see is springtime. Do I think rebound? No. But do I think a slight uptick in some?
What's rebound, right? People say it's going to rebound. Rebound is like where it comes back up and we start to see an increase in prices again and the market comes back into a frenzy, maybe rates come lower. What does rebound mean to you?
Rebound to me means that you double, at least double, not get back to, but double the sales and the transactions. Now you doubled that, right? You had a good time, like if a batter is going through a slump, right? And he is like 0 for 20, he hasn't hit shit, right? And now he comes back the 21st game and he can hit a single, right? Then he gets a double and then maybe a home run, right? So has he rebounded? No, he has not rebounded yet because he's only been back he's only done it for one game. So he would have to at least, to me, have 10 games where he's gotten a couple hits. And now that to me would be a rebound. How do we illustrate that with real estate? Last month, let's just say there was 400 transactions, and then a rebound would be 800. That's a rebound because you are doubling your last month's efforts. if that
So
makes
they're
any
talking
sense.
about doing a rebound, that there's a rebound going to happen not this spring. Like when you talk about spring, that starts to get hot weather. People want to move. They got families now in transition potentially. Rebound in 2023, not so much. I don't think that's going to happen. What a lot of
No,
experts think is either there's two things that's going to happen. It's either going to have where we have a complete, I wouldn't say a collapse, but we have a recession, or in 2024 we have a complete rebound. So, rebound is obviously consumer confidence. I think that's where it starts. Consumer confidence today is low, in the sense of where inflation's at, where the economy, people feel like the economy's heading. And so is it where it was at 2-3 years ago? Absolutely not. COVID had a big deal with that. That's why what contributed to a lot of the frenzy, because people are at home watching TV, focusing on other things like buying houses and stuff. So we're not going to see that type of market. But I think what people want is a healthy market, a balanced market where you have as many buyers as you do homes on the market, and it's a steady give and take balance, right? Supply and demand is balanced out. Right now, I would say this. I would say that, and this is my opinion. You can help me with that. Spring does help the market. It does help people out there if they're looking to buy. It does help the market grow and kind of expand. And people try to, want to go out and buy during these times because the weather's hotter, the weather's better. Kids are out of school. But if you have rates still hovering 6.5 to 7%, and we still have not dropped here in Las Vegas, but nationally, as at a high clip, which I feel like we've, I guess you can say corrected or come down 10 to 15%. Here in Las Vegas, we've kind of hit where I think we've kind of stopped, right? We're not declining anymore. As a matter of fact, we're going to show you that we've started to increase. I'll show you the graph. But rebound to me is probably not going to happen this year. It's going to happen next year. And it's all going to be dependent on consumer confidence and where people think the housing market and rates are going to go. Do you have anything to add to that?
no, I agree with you. Everything you just said. I don't think it's going to rebound this year. No.
Do you think it's going to, like here in Vegas, it's actually, I would say, stabilized? People always say, what's that word, stabilized? It means it's got to a point. It's not 1 month. It's not 2 months. We're talking many months in a row that it's now set at a price where it hasn't dipped. And now we've seen the first month, this month, actually increase. So knowing that, and knowing that, I wouldn't say we rebounded, but I'm just saying, knowing that we're actually stabilized and prices are going up, what do you think is going to happen here in Las Vegas for the housing market moving forward?
I think that people are going to start, some listings are going to come off. People are going to keep their homes, realize that maybe let's try this again, maybe next year, a year and a half, and go from there. The people that are looking to buy, if they have a realtor that has a half of a brain, hopefully the guidance under that real estate agent will put them in the best position to make sure that they don't get stuck with the bag in their hand, right? Oh, realtor
Let's
put
look at
did,
some of
did
this numbers here, Chris. So look, I got you right here. We're looking at this. Look at where we're at. So this is over a year since December of 2022. Okay, we've talked about this. We have this. Let's go back. I'm sorry. Let's put this back up here so we can put us both here. Let's see here. So here you can see that we have 425 here, January, February, March, all the way up to April. Now look at this month right here. We're actually increasing this month. So from April, or the month of April, we went up $5,000 on average for a median price home sold. Now that doesn't mean prices are not reducing on these houses. Sometimes it's overlisted. If you guys are looking to list your house, I'd love to help list your house. I got a lot of ways to maximize your profits, and I would love to do that. I'm really focusing on listings this year, by the way. But I just bringing this up, this is stabilized. This is where you say, okay, is consumer confidence there? And are people still buying in Las Vegas? Well, this is a single family residence home. If you want to go over and look at the same thing that's going on in condos, it's the same thing. Look at this. Since December, it's gone up. So what is your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that, sellers aren't. This is. I keep saying this. Sellers have a lot of equity, right? And so, and they have a low mortgage. Like nobody is desperate to sell their house, and so that's why you're not seeing the dramatic drop in negotiating, right? You're seeing some give and take, right? There's some
Right.
room, but buyers are thinking they're going to get these homes like, oh, I'm just going to wait. These homes are going to drop. It's '08, right? Pushing fear mongering, pushing '08. It is not '08.
Well, you have
People aren't people.
480,000 here,
Yeah,
and all
people
of a
aren't
sudden
in
you see it
arms.
here. Right.
People are not in adjustable rate mortgage. They're not. They're in a set mortgage, and their mortgage is low. Like, I honestly don't understand why anyone's selling, right? Unless they have to for whatever
Well, look at
reason, right?
here's mortgage rates. So mortgage rates are at 6.57%. You see that?
Yeah.
And so you could see we're starting to increase again, right? And this has been a teeter-totter. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is why people don't really know what to think of this market, is because we've seen a huge drop right here. This was back in the week ending in November, right? Then all of a sudden we see a huge increase here. We're right back up to 6.5% on the national average, right? This is Freddie Mac. You got to think that still rates are too high for people to make a decision. And if they see this going up, all that does, it's almost like stocks, man. I mean, people are watching rates now because the sensitivity of mortgage payments, if you have to get a loan, this is a big reason why consumer confidence is not there, is because when you have inflation at really true numbers, 15 to 17%, and then you add in a 6.5 interest rate to a mortgage payment, and you're trying to deal with the inflation, this is why people are not buying as much. This is why consumer confidence, in my opinion, is real low. I mean, you can see this Freddie Mac national average right here, and this is a 15-year. So yeah, you can buy the rate down. You can go to a builder and buy a rate down, buy the 2-1 buy down or whatever you're doing, but you can only buy it down so much. And I think people still have sticker shock. They got payment shock. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the interest rate's still a little bit more than people are willing to pay. Not that they can pay, but they're willing to pay. And between that and buyers thinking that the market is going to go, like you're going to be able to buy a house for $5, you have a mix of those two things. People are holding off.
All right, so we're right on buyer's confidence. We had to skip that one because we're just running out of time. So we apologize. We'll
Okay.
get that next time. Buyer confidence right now. I want to talk about that. Where do you think it's at today?
I think people are just waiting, man. They're just waiting for this whole, whatever it is they're waiting on. Whether they think interest rates are going to go down, or they think that the housing market is just going to take a complete turn for the worse, and they don't want to get stuck in a house that they pay too much for. And so some people are confident that it's going to go back to '08. There's buyer confidence in that. So,
But if you're on the sidelines waiting for a crash, I don't think that's going to happen. Again, I think it's going to rebound at a pace that we saw before. No, I think it'll rebound in 2024. That doesn't mean people are not buying. What I like to say about this, Chris, is this: if you have a market for 4 months in a row that's stabilized, and what I mean by that is, yes, we've still seen deals out there. Yes, some builders. I just talked to a builder today. I got a client that's trying to make an offer on or wants to buy a house. They've increased their price on the house, increased it. And I'm not saying that's happening across the board with builders. I'm just saying we go through these, it's like these ups and downs, just like we saw with the rates, where we bring the house, as bringing the prices down, we bring people in to buy. There was always people to buy. There's always people in Vegas that wants to buy a house in Vegas. You know how many calls I get? It says, Dan, I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house. It's like you see investors. If investors know that this market will give them a return, they're going to keep buying into this market. Same goes with buyers. Buyers are still there on the sidelines. They haven't gone away, and there's a lot of buyers. But there was a point where if you have rates go so high, you can't sell your house, or you can't buy a house that you can afford. People are going to drop their prices. Now, even dropping prices on homes right now, that doesn't mean where rates are at that it's still affordable for people. But it does push some people back in the market, because now with those prices dropping, now they're back in the market and they're good. But I think consumer confidence is still low. I don't feel that until we get inflation back and until we get rates, I would say at around 5%. I don't necessarily think it's the house prices altogether. I think people obviously don't want to see them go up at a clip that we saw them going up 2 or 3 years ago. But if we can get those two out of the three, all three would be great. If we can just kind of stabilize and appreciate, 3%. But if we can get rates back to 5, we get inflation back in check to where it used to be, or at least close to it. We're still way out of whack on that. I think confidence, consumer confidence, or buyer confidence will still be a problem. And I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. People are just waiting, man. No one wants to make a bad decision.
I got a question. What about buyer confidence in the car sector? Talk about that.
No, people are buying cars like
The
they're
confidence is
ordering,
there. What do you see
like they're
on a daily
like they're
basis
ordering a
out there?
burger, like they're ordering a burger in and out, man.
So confidence is there. Talk to me about the confidence that buyers have when they're buying cars.
No, there is no definition of it. They're just coming to buy a car. I don't know how confident. It's almost like walking up to a girl and you can get her number. You're not even thinking about the confidence. You're just gonna go making it. You're just gonna go get her number, right? You're not thinking about if she's gonna give it to you or not. You just get it. Like they're coming to buy a car. So it's not like,
when you're
oh,
out there, people are not like
maybe.
haggling with you on price. They're not haggling with you on.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to get the best price. They're not. No one wants to overpay. But you said confidence. They're coming. They're not thinking about buying a car. They came to buy a vehicle, 100%.
So when you have people come in, how much haggle do they really give? Like with a house, they're just like, look, if it's not here, I'm just backing out. People need a car. Would you say people need a car more than a house?
Yeah, 100%.
So they're willing to make the effort and spend, even if it's more out of their, let's say, out of their price range. You think they're more forgiving on obviously a mortgage is higher than a car payment, but I'm sure people have a budget going into buying a car. Do you see the cost of a payment, if they're buying a payment or getting a loan, is exceeded the amount in their mind, but they still go forward with it?
Oh yeah, come on, Dan.
It does
Yeah,
happen. Is that at a
happens
high
all the
clip?
time, huh?
Is that a high clip that happens?
Well, I don't know what the actual data is because everyone comes in saying they want a lower payment, but I don't really know if that's the actual payment they want to be at. Right? I want a lower payment on my car, right? Who doesn't want a lower payment
What about refinancing today?
on a vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could
Is
do
it
it.
worth it?
Oh yeah, I mean, if your interest rate is 8-9%, you go to your credit union and get a 4. Yeah, hell yeah, it's worth it.
That's what I was talking to somebody the other day about it, and they said, hey, should I refinance my car to better my position on buying a house? And I said, absolutely, but it depends on who you go to, because short-term bonds gone up. Everybody knows that, which affects directly cars, right? Short-term loans and short-term bonds. My question is, where rates are at though, does it, like, what if you bought your car 3 years ago or 4 years ago and you have a pretty decent rate? Does it make a huge difference there refinancing today? You have to go to a credit union?
You don't have to, but that's going to be your best bet in getting the best rate is the credit union.
Yeah. Do you think that's the best opportunity then, huh?
Yeah.
Anything else is going on in the car industry that we should not really know about, but that we should maybe be educated about?
Well, interest rates in the car industry have gone up too. On a pre-owned car, I mean, if you've got excellent credit, you're looking at about a 5.99, 6.99 on a car note. So
that's pretty high though, man, isn't it?
No, it's not pretty high, Dan. Why would it be pretty high? You need a vehicle to get to work and to take your kids to school. It's not high.
I guess, I mean, what's the average loan? Like, let's say if you went and bought a car, I mean, are we still in the 20,000 or is it far?
Oh no, the average is surpassed that. We're in the 30s.
30s.
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you think the average car is today? Like if you were going to say, I'm going to go buy a decent car, Honda dealership, what is like
brand new or pre-owned?
Brand new.
Brand new, the average car is going to be 35,000.
Wow. And that's all the bells and whistles, or is that the basic model?
No, Dan. Come on, man. You asking for too much. The bells and whistles, you're at like 45.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Let me say this. there's a lot of people that don't know about that. They really don't know about that. So I'm just going to be straight up. That's good information. I want to bring up the donkey of the week, or the day, or if you want to call it, or the week. So I was reading this the other day. This German surgeon was fired for asking hospital cleaner to help assist in an amputation. so, so I started to read. I go, this guy. So check this out. A cleaner to
Oh
hold
my
the man's
God.
leg and pass surgical instruments. He's cleaning the hospital, and this doctor's asking him to hold the leg so he can amputate his leg.
Hey, you, get over here, man. I need a hand. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my
hey,
God.
that you can't make that up, man.
You almost think it's made up. What type of fool? What type of? Oh,
Oh man. So, anyways, you got any last things to say? We're gonna end the show.
my brother, have a good day. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure. Let's connect on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll connect, man. We'll get together. I appreciate you guys out there, between myself and Chris, and I'm gonna bring this back here between both of us. I just want to say thank you guys. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. Go check out Chris over at the Honda dealership. Where's that at, in Henderson?
And Henderson, can't miss
check
it.
that
The
out.
only one.
Obviously, yeah. Go ahead.
Yep, Finley Honda Henderson. You can't miss it. 933 Auto Show Drive. If you are in the market for a Honda, I could take care of you.
Absolutely. Right? Blueprint Real Estate Services, guys, check me out. LV Home Professionals, that's my site. Dan French Connection, you guys know that. And, again, we're going to just kind of keep this going. We're trying to put this together. Subscribe, like the channel. Leave any comments. If we can make the show better, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if there's any topics.
Yeah.
We talk about any and everything.
Yeah.
We don't run away from topics.
Yeah.
We talk about everything. We're ready to fire off and give you what our outlook is on it, and willing to give you our perspective 100%.
And we want to do live too, right? Because if we do live, we can actually interact with some of these guests or some of these people.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we're trying to build a good relationship of people wanting to chime into our show, make this more of a family type thing. We're going to give our opinion on our topics, but we'd like to talk about whatever you guys have out there. So please subscribe, like the channel, check us out. You'll have all of our information in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys. Hopefully next Wednesday, we'll have another show. Chris, we're out, brother.
All right, my brother. Yep. Everyone have a good one, man. Peace and love.
Peace out.